Now, my brother is saying some things that, I'm pretty sure he means to rage because some of the stuff that he says is incredibly stupid. Um, and I mean it just like that. I don't care. I get in trouble. Just objectively speaking, like, what are you talking about? Uh, but it also made for some great inspirational videos. Now, a lot of times don't make them because they're just me ranting. Uh, but something that he said yesterday wanted me to make an explanation about it for interesting factoids. Fun fact: wood doesn't really burn in the traditional sense. What I mean by this, when you think of burning, you think of like, I'll put it past. You just imagine a candle. That is how wood burns. It actually is technically speaking melting. It doesn't like. It's hard to explain, but just know that technically speaking, it doesn't really like evaporate. It melts. As a matter of fact, you can even look at it sometimes and tell this. If you have a fireplace, uh, and you like wood on fire, sometimes, especially the fire, especially hot, you can kind of see it dripping down, and that's because the wood is technically speaking melting. Now, because of this property, that you can actually weld it together. Not in the traditional sense of like taking a piece of wood and heating it up and it then, but in not technically speaking, you can do that. But that's the point. The way that you typically use it is friction welding. Not necessarily all the time, but you can. Essentially, because of the fact that they can weld together because of their polyisomers not really deforming and just melts, right? You can like take a docile and drill a hole and then spin it in there and it will weld it together. Now the bond that formed is incredibly strong with some downsides that if you want I can get into, but one of the major ones that I was trying to tell him is that it isn't used often due to the fact that you can't repair it. And he kept trying to argue with me with that. So I'm here to explain why you can't repair it, just in case any of y'all also know it about this. The main reason why you can't repair wooden wells versus like regular wells is because of the fact that wood catches fire. Most metals don't really catch fire unless it's extreme temperatures or like you have it set up to do so, like a paint thing. I forgot what it's called. That you have in a lab. Um, but most of the time it just melts and can keep form. So you can kind of break apart a well by just heating that up and melting it off or scraping it off. Like you can remove materials. But that's something that you can't really do with wood without just breaking it or making it catch fire. At that point, you just make it a new piece. So you can't really repair it. I just felt the need to explain that just in case some of y'all know about it, but